everyone, welcome to the oh wow, I did that really loudly. I always fuck up. Somehow, this week I've managed to... God damn it! I nearly had a perfect opener! God damn it! Hello everyone, welcome to the ShockMouths podcast, a podcast that has had more chances than a cat has had lives. Speaking of which, we're on our final life. We're on our 9th episode. So if we don't come back next week, that means that the cat has died. The cat is not only out of the bag, it's just died. I am here, of course, as always, with my eye in the sky, my boy in the sky. Ripstar is going to be lurking around, doing his best. Words best podcast, says Roman in the chat. Wow, am I slurring already? God damn it, this is not professional in the slightest. Speaking of professionalism, wow, that's really bad. It could be in for a train wreck. Speaking of professionalism, can we stop calling them documentaries? They're not documentaries if it takes a few days. I said today on Twitter, listen, could you imagine if they made a documentary on 9/11 and then posted it on September 14th, 2001? The complete insight and details that you need to know about 9/11? No, that wouldn't happen because we don't know everything a few days after it happens. We need, like, research and shit like that to go into it. I can kind of forgive Shane Dawson because, I mean, he did do a lot of research into what I did see of that. I don't have 3 hours of my time to wait. Oh, we got a dislike already. Hooray! At least it's not 17 like last week. Oh, I wonder what country that dislike came from. Anyway. But this whole Keemstar, he's just copying Shane Dawson. I guarantee if Shane Dawson did not do a documentary the other week, Keemstar would not have done what he's done. What essentially he has done is a vlog. He's real man. Keemstar is a professional documentary maker here to capture reality, which I think is what he actually said. I only saw the second ep, I think, and then bits of the first one. And I gave it a little chance. But it's basically, it's a vlog. It's a very fancy vlog. Actually, it's not even that. This is my problem with them calling it a documentary, okay? They can do that. They're fine. They're totally within their right. It's just that if you do, you have to then call Jake Paul and Logan Paul documentary makers, daily documentary makers, because they're essentially doing the same thing. They're documenting what's going on and editing it nicely. Like, I don't want to live in that world. And the Butch Hartman drama, I don't really want to touch on. I'm just going to acknowledge that it exists. And that's about it. So this week, I went and saw Lewis Spears' very first comedy special. It was completely self-funded on, shit, I can't remember the site. It was Kickstarter? Oh, shit, I should have looked this up before. Indiegogo, thank you, Risto. Yeah, I thought it wasn't Kickstarter. I thought it was a different one. There he is, my eye in the sky is listening. And he's gonna drop in whenever I make a mistake. Thank you very much, Ripstar. He's a big Lewis Spears fan. Hey, Ripstar, do I pronounce it Lewis or Louis? Is it Lewis?
Lewis.
Yeah. See, I saw the guy himself, the man himself, the other night introduce himself, and I didn't take it in. Did he say Lewis or Louis? I don't know.
It's extra special because he just dropped a video like 5 minutes ago.
Oh, did he?
Yes.
Maybe this will turn up in related. Oh no. Oh no. So, before I talk about the actual night itself, bit of backstory. I first heard of Lewis Spears with his Face Beef group. Ripstar, fill me in, my eye in the sky. Is Face Beef still around?
Sort of. No, it's not.
Yeah, I didn't think so. It was basically a group online, and long story short, he trolled an actual television show out here on TV. He completely fooled them. And from that day on, this is what I've realized, that it was entirely in my head, this fear. Fear is an artificial thing that we make up in our head. I became scared of, not scared of him, but I was just like, he's a dude not to be fucked with, because he controlled Today Tonight and The Current Affair, both of them. Ripstar, I'm going to be depending on you a lot.
Yes,
it was both.
He's trolled Triple J, Current Affair and Today Tonight.
Yeah. And I was like, man, I just heard Michael Caine's voice in my head go, man like that is not a man to be trifled with. But I saw him at VidCon last year. I was streaming for the very first time, publicly streaming, walking around, and I was awkward enough as it was. And then I saw him, and I'm not making a tall joke or anything, but like my neck nearly broke, like looking at him or something. I was like, oh shit, that's him. Oh shit, and then I got scared. But anyway, jump forward to this week, I saw that he was selling tickets to a screening of his thing, and I'm like, fuck it, I'm gonna face my fear and just get over it. And I'm over it now. He's actually a gentleman. He's a very sweet dude. I think it's all hyped up. Because I won't tell you any of the jokes that were actually in the special. I think you should go get the special. There's a link to it in the description. So he's going to make a total 0 sales from this, because I think the only sale he would have made was from Ripstar. He's already bought it.
I pre-ordered it.
Oh, you pre-ordered it? Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
What year did you pre-order it in 2015?
No,
You went back in time?
I pre-ordered it the day that he announced the Kickstarter.
When was that?
It was last year.
Oh, okay.
Or yeah, last year, end of last year.
I think if I'd felt about him now the way if back then I felt about him then how I do now, I would have totally backed it. I feel bad now for not backing it, because I remember seeing it. I remember the day I mean, I don't remember when the day was, but I do remember the day it got launched, and I saw it, and I was like, okay. And I didn't back it, and I feel like shit now. But and I feel like shit because, right? So I get to the venue, it's like a cinema. You got to walk up all these steps, right? And so my head's like down, and I'm walking up these steps. I finally get to the top, and I see this person, and I go to look up, and I keep looking up, and keep looking up, and keep looking up, and I'll finally, oh fuck, there he is, that's him. He's like right in front of you as you walk in. And then I do this thing when I see people that are well known online or TV, I just try to pretend that they're just like anyone else. So, like, I don't know them. So I went through that routine where I went, oh, hello, hi, and I kept walking, and then it wasn't then seconds later. This only happened in like 2 seconds. I then realized, wait, he's there to greet everyone that comes in, and I've just gone, yeah, how are you? Like, shit. Now he thinks I'm a dick. And he was such a gentleman to do that. It just slowly dawned on me later, like, he was there to greet everyone, and you just totally blew him off, you fucking idiot. So, if he so happens to see this, I'm sorry. Also, I'm sorry for later on when we got pictures taken. Shit, I didn't check what pages these were on. I should have done that before. Yeah, so when we got this picture taken, I got the guys lining up behind me to take the camera. I had my iPhone and my Happy Snap camera, and I was like, here, take both of these. And they're like, why, what for? I'm like, well, this camera's the main one, the iPhone, that's for backup, for safety. And I just realized that you couldn't actually see me then, as I bummed off the cameras to them. So yeah, the DSLR fucked up, the iPhone worked, but I think it confused the hell out of him and the people that were taking the pictures. I want to apologize for that too, because it was a long line, and I fucked that up. Sorry. As for the special itself, again, without mentioning the jokes, I mean, it goes to some dark places, but, I mean, it wasn't as dark as I'd hyped myself up for it to be. I thought it was just going to be totally off the rails, like, holy shit, I can't repeat any of this to anyone. But it's not. I don't think it's not. He'd hate. I think he'd hate for someone to say this when reviewing. It's not that dark, but it's not a knock against him. It's just, yeah, it's not. He did mention Steve Hughes, and it was a 1-hour Q&A afterwards. He mentioned Steve Hughes, another Australian comedian who's really dark, and he gets dark in his pre-recorded things, Steve Hughes. But I've seen Steve Hughes live, and he went, woo, I can't repeat the shit that he said. But this is the other problem, see, with the screening. It was a screening of a recorded special. It wasn't a live stand-up. And I get confused normally. But watching a pre-recorded performance by someone and then having them come up on stage afterwards and basically perform again, I get mixed up between which was which, which was real and which was pre-recorded. So I'm assuming that there was stuff cut out of there that was probably a lot darker. I'd have to see him perform properly live to make a better assessment on that. What are you all talking about in the chat? It's 9/11 right now. Bush did it. Oh, figured it was... Jesus Christ. It's actually 9:12 now. 9:12 p.m. What have I got in my notes? So yeah, he did a Q&A afterwards, went for an hour, right? This is how pro he is. I'm not going to say what this person said in the second question. The very second question. I can't remember what the first one was because of this second question. Out of respect for him, I won't repeat what this person said. They said something very vulgar about one of his family members, and I think he was trying to out-edge him, because Lewis Spears is a very edgy comedian, and it's like, dude, like, you could hear a penny drop in that room. And I think he probably regretted saying it, and Lewis Spears could have just roasted the absolute shit out of him. And I don't know if it was because he was stunned at what he just heard, or just that he showed the dude mercy, but he just kind of said, you've just said that, like, and then he just moved on. Ever the professional. I know a lot of YouTubers that would have heard what this guy said live, and just imagine the worst shit that you've seen in YouTube comments, and you think, oh, that'd never happen out in the real world. Well, it just happened out in the real world, and no one knew how the hell to react. So yeah, I know a lot of YouTubers that would have that happen to them in real life and just go, Q&A is over, goodbye, and just walk off the stage. He didn't. And again, just to remind you, this was not at the end. This was at the very beginning. There was still another hour to go after this, and he fulfilled it. He not only fulfilled the rest of the Q&A, but he sold merch. Like, I mean, himself. He was selling the merch out of, and serving everybody. And then he said, we've run out of time. I can't legally sell this outside, so we're going to quickly do that now. And then I do want to take photos with you all, but we can't do it in here because we ran out of time. But we'll go outside and we'll do that. And that's where that picture was taken. Yeah. Oh, man. So, yeah, don't ever try to be more edgy than the edgiest comedian in the room. It was kind of like, I heard Tommy C say this on his podcast today. So I'm going to steal this. I'm going to steal this metaphor. It was kind of like watching the youngest person in the room run up and hit the biggest guy in the room to try and get everyone's respect, and the biggest guy in the room is just like brushed it off and gone, "What are you doing?" And then everyone else is kind of like, "Yeah, don't do that. Don't ever do that." I think it was probably... Sorry, I'm just reading the chat. Anyway, I got 2 questions in because yeah, there was an hour. Like, I didn't even think I'd get 1 in, maybe. But I got 1 in, and I was like, maybe I can get 2 in here. And I did. I asked him, because since last week, I've been wanting to not worry so much about offending people. It's my biggest weakness, is that I always worry about upsetting people. And that'll bite you in the ass if you let it. So I asked him, hey... Because he's obviously, he's an edgy comedian, he doesn't care who he offends. And he talks about that in his stand-up, like, again, I'm not going to ruin any of the jokes, but he goes on how, like, if he sees an opportunity to ruin someone's day, he'll fucking do it. So I said, I asked him, hey, how do, you obviously aren't worried about offending other people. How do I be more like you and not worry about that? And yes, it was a very selfish question. I'm very selfish in Q&As. The question, when I get to ask a question in Q&A, I don't give a fuck about any of y'all. This is all about, like, how much can I get out of this? That probably offends everybody else, doesn't it? Maybe I'm getting there. And here's the trouble. When I ask someone a question, if I'm really nervous, I kind of go like... in my head, because I'm like, oh my god, I got the question out, yay! But I think he said something along the lines of, and he went on for a few minutes, that he's not a good person to ask that, because he hasn't got a good radar for how offended people are. So it's like, I'm asking the wrong dude. I put it to you in the chat. What advice would you give to me, or anyone really, to not worry about offending people so much. I see Miss Perfect Paradox in the chat there. I probably... Actually, no. Miss Perfect Paradox is exactly like Lewis Spears, actually, now that I think about it. She is not a very good person to ask. She has no radar whatsoever as to who she's offending. Unless she does, and she just doesn't give a shit, which is totally fucked up. But yeah, I think that was essentially what he said, is that he's not a good person to ask that. And I didn't hear the rest because I was zoning out. Another thing that shocked me, I can't remember if he said this during the special or if he said it in the Q&A. And I'm really perturbed at myself for getting those two realities mixed up. I was surprised to find out that he doesn't drink. And then I felt terrible. I felt like a piece of shit. What is it? Ripstar, am I a piece of shit? Help me out, buddy.
No, you're awesome.
Did you know that?
Yeah, I knew that. He's straight edge.
You knew that he was straight edge?
Yeah.
I really respect people that are straight edge. And he also, I think, made the point that he doesn't, like, force it on other people, which I respect even more. You know, believe it or not, I know a vegan that doesn't push it on anyone. And I can't even remember how it came up, because
it's amazing.
They don't push it on anyone. I think it just came up, maybe we were eating something, and she just said it. And I was like, oh, I didn't know that. And I'm really surprised I didn't know that. She's like, yeah, but you eat meat, I don't care. Oh, Jesse here's got the advice, bro. He goes, the fact of the matter is, you do need to learn to not give a shit to an extent. No matter what you say, somebody will be offended. The idea is to not offend the majority, and then you're fine. Miss Perfect Paradox with her advice is, no matter what you do in life, you're going to piss someone off. Might as well thine own self be true. I can't read that. Hybrid says, make more space videos, Jesse. Oh, that's not advice. Jesse is offending a small amount, doesn't matter. You're safe, so who gives a shit? Yeah, see, Jesse, but... See, I'm safe in this room right now. In this room, surrounded by toys and pops and shit like that, yes, it's very safe. But one day you got to go outside and you got to face that world. You got to face that big world out there, and sometimes it bites. So I can't wait to get this special on DVD. No one during the show actually yelled out, "Where's the bloody jokes?" I'm not going to say what that's in reference to. Maybe some people will get it. Do you get that, Ripster? Tell me you get that. Do you
No.
You don't get that? Alright, I'll tell you later. I'll tell you in private. On a completely unrelated note, no, I won't go there. No, I won't go there. Alright.
Was that better than Dad's Google history?
It was way better than Dad's Google history. And he actually... I mean, he said this in a public space, so I think it's okay if I say what he said. I won't say which comedy festival, but he did knock a comedy festival in the Q&A. He did kind of like...
He hates comedy festivals.
Oh, that's public? Alright, cool. Yeah. He totally shat on one in particular. And in that moment, I forgot that I was not here at home, sitting in front of a computer watching him. And I was there like, I'm nodding my head like, And then I was like, oh shit. He might have heard that.
He hates comedy festivals and ticketing agents.
Oh, yeah.
He was forced to use a ticketing agent, but usually he doesn't for his show.
Yeah. Well, I got worried when I made that noise. I got worried that he thought I was disagreeing with him, which I wasn't. It was just that I was so heavily agreeing with the shit coming out of his mouth that my body just physically went... Oh, God. Oh, yeah, the other funny... I don't know why this was funny. This was just amusing to me. We were out in the corridor after the screening, waiting for him to come out. There's a big line. But then, I'm guessing that there must have been a screening of Mamma Mia 2 had just wrapped up, because all these old people came out and were walking and, oh, what are all these people doing? And one of them actually came up and asked some of us, hey, what are you waiting for? And someone was like, oh, Lewis Spears, comedian, he's going to take pictures. And she was like, oh, that's nice. And then kept walking. Fucking Mamma Mia. Mitch, Ms. Perfect Paradox says, Mitch doesn't know how to pronounce thine. Sad day for Catholics everywhere. I'm not Catholic. I'm adopted Catholic, and they force me to do their shit. Oh, the dislike went away. That's funny. Who was that, I wonder? We'll never know. Alright. So, that was Lewis Spears Presents Death Threats Don't Scare Me. The link to buy it is in the description down below. It doesn't directly take you to it. The buy page, you gotta, like, go down, have a look. There's, like, the option to get a DVD or a digital release, I think. So, buy it. I don't know why I'm saying it, because the only person I know who definitely would buy it has already bought it. So, oh, he's giving the finger, I just realized, too, in that picture that just came up. Yeah. Alright, so, if you want to come into Discord, I'd go in it now. But while I wait to see if anyone jumps in there, I'm just going to tell you a short story. You know the YouTube guru Nick Nimmin? I asked him a question on his live stream last week. So you guys remember how I had 2,000... Remember when I had 2,000 subs? And I deleted that channel? Well, I didn't delete it. It's archived. And then restarted this one. We're currently on 162, I think. Thank you for subscribing. Pepperoni, Delta, Hernandez, or Batman, Derpy Mations, and Tau. So I asked Nick Nimmin, hey, basically, was this the wrong thing to do? Anyway, the question will pop up on the screen. I'm just going to play his live stream. Wait, that's not it.
Is ShockMouths. ShockMouths says, my channel was 12 years old with 2,000 subs. Wasn't growing for years. So a month ago, I started a new main channel and re-uploading relevant content weekly plus live streaming once a week. Was this a mistake? So basically what you're saying is you have content that you're taking from the other channel and you're re-uploading it to a new channel. What you want to avoid in that case is you want to avoid duplicate content. So what I would do if that was me is I would actually download those videos. I would do like another edit with those videos so that you're not uploading the same exact content. And then once you uploaded it to the new channel, if the old channel is pretty much dead, then I would actually take those off of the old channel and just have them on the new channel. And no, I don't think it's a mistake at all, because like if you are like at 2,000 subs, you can regenerate that in a reasonable amount of time, so you're fine.
Are you breathing?
No.
Hey, sorry, I just saw that Lewis Spears dropped into the chat. Thank you. You were a gentleman. I don't know why I was shit scared of you all that time. Hey, Ripster, Lewis Spears is in the chat. You got a word for him? You're a huge fan. You can tell him off for not coming to Adelaide. Go on. Before he goes. Oh, he's speechless. Yeah, man. I'm totally speechless now too. Shit, I should ask you. I should have had a question lined up in case you came in. I know I asked too, like where'd the couch come from? I can tell the people where that came from. Came from your house. And it was lucky. I don't know if you saw the bit where when I ask a question in my head, I just go, ee! So I actually missed the first half of that answer when I asked where the couch from. I think you said something like it came from Casting Couch something shop, which at the time, because I'm in my head going, ee! Didn't realize you made a joke at the time, so I didn't laugh. I'm really sorry. But that was funny. Ripstar, did you got something to say? I saw you unmute your mic. Ripstar, he's speechless.
Huh?
Nah, Ripstar's one fangirling.
I can't believe that happened.
He can't believe that happened. I actually didn't know what he meant by DTDSM. Death threats don't scare me. I really hope he didn't say the bit where I was talking about the question that got asked in the Q&A, the second question. Oh shit! All right. I think I'm gonna end that now. I really want to get and play Sonic Mania.
Oh, it's not even half an hour yet. Come on.
Yeah, we're only gonna go for half an hour today. All right. Okay.
It's not even half an hour.
Well, I gave people the opportunity to jump into the call, and they haven't done that.
I'm in here.
You're in here. All right. And I gave you an opportunity to say something to him, and you didn't say nothing. Imagine having that much power. I wonder. That's what I would ask. Is like, does it ever get old watching people go ah! When like you come by, like watching people just totally derail themselves, like. But I'm assuming he's gone, so I'm not going to wait for an answer.
I did have a question, but now I've forgotten what it was because I can't believe that happened. I was just joking about it with you in the DMs.
Yeah. Oh, what did you say in the DMs to ask him? And that's totally your fault too. I saw that. Oh, here's Rawman. I'm going to drag Rawman in 1 second. I saw that you tweeted him and linked him. I purposely did not tweet at all because I didn't want him to see it. I didn't want that minute chance of him coming in, right? And you go and just go, and then seconds later you go, hey, I'm just going to tweet him and link him. I was like, fuck. Hey, Rawman, how are you?
I didn't think it would happen.
Hello.
Hey, man.
Hello.
How you been?
I just got home. Sorry, I was watching. Did you see my message in the chat?
Yeah, what happened?
I did.
Did you see? I said the ShockMouths podcast is so important. I wasted my data to watch it, and I never use my data. I only get 1 gig for a month. 1 gig.
Thanks, man.
That's how important the ShockMouths podcast is.
I
was going to say, Ripstar, I'm actually embarrassed for you. What you done? That was embarrassing.
What was embarrassing?
Lewis came in and he's like, he's like gone silent. What was that about?
This perfect paradox. You're on the stream too.
Hey, Ripstar.
Hey, I think this is the most I've ever been affected by alcohol, and it just happened to be tonight. Like I've slurred a bit tonight. And today, I promised myself, I was like, I'm going to have one. I'm only going to have one, and it's going to be during the stream. Guess what happened in the hour leading up to this? 2. This is now 3, motherfucker.
Exactly, you drink off the 6-pack.
Oh.
Oh, man.
It's pronounced thine. Thine own self be true, Mitch.
Oh, thine. I've never heard that before in my life.
What?
Oh my god!
What?
Actually, I've got that sound. Oh, no, I don't. I've only got it for a donation sound. I don't. Oh, whenever someone donates now, though, I took that soundbite from last week going.
Was it you who done it, yeah?
It was you too.
Oh, no!
Yeah. Because I said vid me.
Oh, no.
You know what happens when I say vid me?
Did I say that word? Did I say that word publicly?
Yes, you did.
Oh.
No!
Have you taken a vow of silence?
Yeah, I try never to say that word publicly anymore.
That company is scary.
Yeah, that company is very scary, and I try not to say that word publicly. It's like the word from Harry Potter. You know, the same word starts with a V. So basically the same thing. So
idvi me. They are evil corporation.
Yeah.
What are they going to do?
They actually are evil.
What are they going to do?
One person in particular.
Well, I just don't want to get involved. I'd rather say off air, and I never worry about that type of thing. But I'd rather say off air. That's how worried I am.
Normally say it on air.
Sorry?
Do you think it would be okay if I told them without naming
You
anybody?
can say whatever you want to say. All I know is I haven't said the word, so they haven't got their.
I think what happened was I said the word vid me, and then I went, and then you joined in. You went,
basically,
like a bunch of pigs getting circumcised.
Basically, there was one psychotic person at the company who would basically silence anybody who he disagreed with, and then also like go into their personal life and try to ruin it.
Yeah, literally that. I see somebody get referenced by their personal name, and like the real name by this person.
Yeah. And
I see somebody like Ripsod just said, somebody's work got tagged by somebody else who worked at that company, starting with V. I've seen a few things that I was not like comfortable with.
This is literally the boss of a boss of the company.
Yeah.
Doing
pretty much
things.
I know you're talking about.
Jake Paul would do.
Do you know who my favorite Pokemon is? My favorite Pokemon, Flaffy. Flaffy's my favorite Pokemon.
Yeah.
So I just had to get that out there.
I'm sweating already. We're like walking on thin ice right now.
All right, let's change the subject then. Let's change the subject. I don't want to talk about Flaffy anymore.
Why is there a word next to my name that says Shocker?
Oh, you're a mod.
Is that you, Mitch?
Hey, that means you're a mod.
Okay. I don't have that much power.
I think I did that.
I I don't know what the fuck a shocker is.
I think I did that. I'm not sure.
Oh, did you? Okay. All right.
So
I have
ShockMouths.
no.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Oh.
Oh, I just realized, I remembered as well what I was going to say about Lewis Spears. You know how I said that I wasn't scared of him anymore? I am. I became scared of him again when I realized that he don't give a fuck who he offends, and I make ASMR. Unironically.
Oh, God.
He doesn't care about ASMR. He only cares about fake ASMR that's like sexual.
Oh, has he commented on ASMR?
Yeah, he's made a whole video on ASMR, but like
I'm gonna have to watch that later. Does he do ASMR in it?
I can't remember.
Okay.
You're sick. ShockMouths, I was when the podcast first started.
I think this was already established by my retweet of like last week's podcast highlight.
And I think Rawman was in that highlight as well. He was going, "You're sick."
Yeah, I think he did have a starring role in that, declaring that Mitch needs help. And that pretty much still stands.
So ShockMouths, at the beginning of the podcast, yeah, you said,
Yeah.
I got confused. I didn't know when the guy was live and when he was not live and when it was pre-recorded. I'm assuming when he walks out on stage as a human, that's when you know he's.
Yeah, I know. No. But like, you get so like, you know, when you watch a movie and there's that thing called the suspension of disbelief or whatever. You just forget that you're watching a movie. It just feels like you're just watching a performance. So he did get up. He got up before the show and he was like, oh, that's the other thing I wanted to say is that it's the fuck, he's not here anymore. It's the most I've laughed in a cinema besides The Room. Except The Room, you're not supposed to laugh at. This you're supposed to laugh at.
Yeah.
And he said this isn't a normal like cinema going experience. Cinema etiquette doesn't apply. You can laugh, you can like yell things. He said you can heckle, but his words, not mine. He said if you do heckle, you are retarded because this is pre-recorded.
Oh God.
Yeah.
See, you don't need to be worried about saying the word retarded, I don't think.
I know, but I got it beaten into me during my SJW days. Did I tell you I used to be one?
Oh, man.
Yeah.
I still am. I own it.
Oh, you own it?
Yeah, I own it. I don't care what no one says.
You're not
I
an
like it.
SJW, Roman.
You wait.
I am.
You are an SJW.
Still am. I own it.
Oh, okay. You gonna report me to the police?
Not a real one though. Not like an actual.
Yes.
So retarded.
You're an SJW before they got like ridiculous.
Before
You're like
they got ruined.
Original SJW.
Yeah, OG SJW.
But yeah, so ShockMouths, you're worried about offending people.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not even making the effort. You're so okay. You don't want to offend people.
Uh-huh.
I don't understand. I don't understand. Like you want to, but you don't want to.
Okay. How do I explain?
This ought to be good.
Yeah.
I don't want to, but I don't want to worry about it. I don't know. It's a weird fucking oxymoron.
Yeah,
which is what I am.
You have this amazing fucking Catholic guilt. It's just astonishing.
Which is weird because
Like,
my mum's atheist, except she doesn't call herself that.
It's just so impressive to me.
She believes in garden fairies.
I mean,
You know what? You know what?
Go ahead.
Sorry.
Yeah, go ahead, Roman.
Well, I'm just saying about this Butch Hartman thing. Maybe you should start there. You're worried about saying it because you don't want to offend somebody. Why don't you start there? Like,
No, he's sick of it, I think.
Oh.
No, I think he
thought you were
said
worried about offending people.
it started with Butch Hartman. Started with him having like an incorrect opinion about criticism. He was like, "Well, you can't criticize unless you've done the thing yourself." Which,
Yeah, stupid.
I mean, I kind of get the frustration where it's coming from.
Nah, I don't think that's valid. I don't think that's valid at all. I think that
I can understand the frustration though. I'm not saying it's valid.
No, I don't think I should have to have base jump to be able to have an opinion on it and criticize it. I think base jumping is dangerous to people around you as well, not just yourself.
I think
You know what I'm
I
saying?
think where he was coming from was just backseat drivers.
Yeah.
That's all. I think that was his perception of what was going on.
I don't
And I
even
think
know what happened.
I saw like a little clip someone
Yeah.
posted, and he's saying about internet keyboard warriors or something. I get that, warriors and trolling you and being stupid.
Mm.
But I don't really know the whole situation. That's why I was expecting you to say it, but you said you don't want to annoy upset.
Yeah, I don't understand why everybody's angry.
Because what'll happen is, I'll say,
I don't know what happened.
I'll say leave Butch Hartman alone. He's made a shitty comment,
Yeah.
what have you. But they've just gone through all of his past live streams and videos, and they've just tried to destroy his character. They're saying that he's a scam artist and just shit like that. He's trying to convert kids to Christianity.
Yeah, I read that. I don't know what's happening. It's Butch Hartman. He's not a YouTuber or an internet celebrity. He's the creator of the Fairly Odd Parents. Leave him alone.
Yeah, I don't know. I just think criticize him for what he said, but I don't like the witch hunting, like the whole digging up the past.
If he's genuinely done bad things, then criticize him and call him out. If he
I know it's just that they haven't stopped. It's just that they've done that, but then they just keep going and they want more until he's dead.
I know. I get that, but if it's valid reasons to keep going after him, then it's fair enough. You know, if he's kept on doing bad things, keep going after him until he stops doing them bad things, or until they're all out in the light. You know, don't just dismiss someone because people are bored of seeing someone be called out. If they're in the wrong, keep calling them out. Like with Keemstar, he was in the wrong for so long. Keep calling him out until he's not in the wrong.
Yeah.
Then, you know, if it's just something
small. But hold on. No, hold up. There's one thing about being in the wrong about a behavior or an action.
Fuck, it's getting good now.
Have an opinion about something. It's about something that it's different when you have an opinion about something, and then it's something completely else when you have like invaded somebody else's space. That is
fair enough.
Totally two different stories.
But this is a funny thing. We don't know the full story, and we're sitting here debating about it.
If he genuinely has tried to scam people, then it's not really our responsibility.
Yeah. See, I didn't go looking into that. I was like,
it's up to Kickstarter or whoever who he's tried to scam. It's up to them. They determine it, right? Don't they? The Kickstarter people. They determine if the Kickstarter's a scam.
I don't even know if it was through Kickstarter. Did he do a Kickstarter?
I'm sure that's what I saw.
Yeah, he
I'm
did
sure that's
do
what
a
he tried to do.
Kickstarter.
Tried to do a Kickstarter.
Yeah, well, it's also amazing how I can't seem to get an answer about where the money for Colossal's FouseyTube Part 1 when he got Fousey's strike on that, and Pyrocynical opened up a Kickstarter to have people donate it to, and Colossal said, "I'm going to give this money to charity." And I can't seem to get an answer about what charity did it go to, how much money was there, or anything about that. So good luck finding out that information too.
Oof! I didn't know Colossal was a bad person.
He's a bad person.
No, I'm not saying he is. I'm just stating that it's really difficult to backtrack of where something is when that even just happened like a year and a half ago, whatever.
Hey.
I can't even get a straight answer. And I've got an open DM with him, and he doesn't answer the question. So,
guys, we got 20 minutes left, and I guarantee you, I'm just going to say one thing, and I promise that Miss Perfect Paradox will be able to carry the baton for the next 20 minutes. Ready? You ready for the word? She already knows what the word is.
Right.
She's like a greyhound at the gate, waiting for me to open the gate, and she's going to chase that meat. That meat. All right, you ready? You ready?
Are you sure you want to do it?
FouseyTube!
I'm gonna bite at it.
No!
FouseyTube,
He
go!
knows what to put in front of me, too. He's like, and go!
The gate's open. I opened it. I said FouseyTube.
What button to push?
She won't shut up. She can't hear me.
What do you... That's because I know you're gonna piss me off!
FouseyTube! FouseyTube! Go! The dog's been shot. It's dead.
It's like having a dog that trains itself to hear one word, and, you know, it's trained to hear one word and go crazy.
It's like I've been training a greyhound, or I think I've been training a greyhound, but instead I've been training a beagle.
A little bird.
Yeah, a tiny little thing that's like...
Yeah. But yeah, the FouseyTube situation's pretty interesting to me in some regards, but other regards, Peter made a really good video, I guess, at the end of the day. Peter kind of just said it's getting a bit boring. People going after people all the time. It's getting a bit boring. Do you know what I mean?
On Twitter,
I get
not on his
from.
YouTube channel.
He made a vlog.
Huh?
Yeah.
Sorry, no, he made a short documentary. He made a short 40-second documentary.
3 of them.
3 of them. He made a
part-
trilogy. That's what they come in now. It's
Yeah,
trilogies.
they're coming trilogy. First it was like 40 seconds, then it was 18 seconds, then it was like 13. Yeah.
Fuck me.
Yeah, like I think these days it is getting to the point they see a small bit of blood and opportunity to milk it dry, and then people just go nuts. I think there's a bigger situation with like.
Yeah, but what's new about that? That's like.
I know it's
pretty
just
much
getting a bit boring though.
Always
I think
been that way.
I think clearly though, with like FouseyTube, you can see that's a man having a mental breakdown, and that needs to be addressed.
Yes.
Over him
Oh,
getting exposed.
absolutely. And there's videos that individuals have done specifically about mental health issues, specifically about what is bipolar, specifically about what are the signs of it, what do you need to do when you have it, you know, that kind of thing. So you can't throw out the baby with the bathwater. You can't just say everyone's getting on the train and not doing, you know, I mean, it's about motives. Why are you making a video?
I told you she'd carry it.
I just think that he shouldn't be getting exposed the same way someone else who's done something completely wrong, because he's clearly not thinking straight at all.
Oh, I agree with that. I completely agree with that. And I think that if anybody, like, if, for instance, if, you know, I think either you would this is in my personal opinion, that either you have to be really dense or have an alternative motive to not realize that he's like having a mental breakdown.
And I think it's quite irresponsible to look past that and just basically expose him anyway. I think it's kind of
okay. And again, I think that there's a perception of that all these videos are quote unquote exposing. That's all I'm saying. There's
some of them are
exposing. So 2016.
Some people are still doing exposed videos basically on him.
Oh yeah, I completely admit that, and I don't watch them, and I have zero to do with that.
Keemstar was pretty much actually the only respectful video, to be honest, on it that I've seen so far. Keemstar done a pretty good job.
I disagree with that completely. I can think of one right now. Wavy, whatever.
Yeah, Wavy's is great, of course. Wavy's is great. Wavy does a great job.
That was a really well done video.
Yeah, but what I mean is, like Keemstar actually not trying to expose or not trying to mention. He's just there to just, as he said. I know it's a stupid meme, but he is just trying to capture what is going on before. And I think this could be a good precedent for these type of things in a way. Hopefully, people just film what's happening and just show reality of what is happening.
Peter Day's in the chat. Peter Day, in case you weren't there, I did compliment you on your 3-part documentary you put up on Twitter yesterday. It was a very good trilogy. Keemstar will be exposed again next. I'm ticking down the days. Oh, does Peter know something? Peter, do you know something? Can we break the news on the ShockMouths podcast? He won't do that because he'd never sleep again.
Editor now. He does edit for Cavos.
Yeah.
He could be editing the next Keemstar bombshell that's about to explode the internet right now.
Yeah. Do you think there'll be a Content Cop 2 on Keemstar?
Well, I would just like to know what he meant when Fousey said to him, "We've never met face to face."
Yeah.
And then he responded, "No, we met at the office."
I think he meant.
I think he meant in that podcast, because I saw later today. I saw there was a podcast they did or something together. Was that podcast before or after that meltdown? That podcast was after the meltdown.
Yeah, I think it was like a couple of days after.
Okay.
Yeah, that podcast was by No Jumper, and that was directly right after the whole thing went down.
Right after.
They might have missed.
I think that what he meant. I think what he meant was they had a FaceTime call or Skype call. That's what they meant, I think.
That was at
yeah, he might have misspoke. It might have just been a miss.
I think they meant that.
Might have been a brain fart.
Yeah, because otherwise that would be potentially important information that they've hidden out. It could be like a setup whole thing.
I mean, it is interesting, though.
Yeah. Again, I just would like clarification, and that's it. If it was a misinterpretation of, if whatever, then at least say it. I just think it's really strange that he was very specific about how I've never met you face to face.
Yeah.
And he specifically said face to face. And then Keem turned around and said, "No, we met at the office."
Yeah.
I thought Fousey said it.
Fousey said we've never met we've never met face to face, and then Keem responded,
Okay.
"No, we met at the office."
I love
I
it.
thought it
Sorry,
was
I love how you
around.
say office. Sorry.
I thought it was Keemstar who said we've never met, and then Fousey said we met at the office. Okay, I was. Either way.
No, Fousey said we've never met face to face, and then
Yeah, I
Keem
remember, yeah.
responded, "No, we met at the office."
I think, yeah,
Okay.
I think Peter's got good points there. I would give probably more of a shit if this hadn't have happened so close after TanaCon. It just looks like Keemstar. I don't know about the Fousey side of things, but the Keemstar side of things of him like, man, we got to get cameras and we're going to film all of this and upload it within a few days.
Well,
That is only because Shane Dawson did it. Like,
well, not long ago, Keemstar said, I think it was like 2 weeks or a week ago, he's like, Shane Dawson's the best YouTuber of all time or something. He said a tweet or something.
Yeah.
After watching that documentary, he was inspired, and he's been saying that in the Adam No Jumper thing. He's like, I'm inspired by you. He said other places as well, or in like the mum's basement thing. He's like, I'm inspired by you, and I've done the same thing.
Yeah,
I just realized I'm a fucking hypocrite, and I'm sorry. I'm just going to apologize there. Sorry, continue, and then I'll tell you why I'm a hypocrite.
Yeah.
Well, that's too juicy to wait for now.
Well,
Yeah,
no, because I was so inspired by
massive-
I was so inspired by Tommy C that I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna do this live if I redo this, and that way I can have people like you find people come in and talk, and that's kind of like what Keemstar's done. He's probably looked at Shane Dawson and gone, wow, I'm really inspired by that.
Exactly. That is what he's done.
Fuck!
And a lot of us do that in general.
Bad!
I just think he took
Ow! I just hit myself in the arm and it really hurt. Oh, that hurt a
I
lot.
think he maybe took too much inspiration and too close to the situation with TanaCon and this. It's basically like a mirror. It's like a mirror of the whole thing. And it does feel kind of like he paid Fousey to go nuts. It kind of feels like that a little bit.
I
Like he
don't.
paid him to go nuts.
I
to give him
don't
the best
watch
show.
commentary videos anymore.
I stopped
I
too.
Not as good.
See, you get your favorites, and then you just watch if you do give a shit about the topic, you watch your favorite, and then you're not gonna watch the same topic be covered by other people. You know what I mean? Unless you really like them.
It's crazy because his videos
what?
are a visual spectacle.
Who?
But I'm just sick of the whole. It's such a circle of the same topics over and over and over again. It really.
Well,
is
and I think also another big issue with what that is, yeah, what you're saying, since Kavos done that thing with Logan Paul. Remember the beginning of the year, the very first day, the whole thing with Logan Paul, and Kavos made like a video in like 3 hours or something. It was so quick.
It fucking hurt. My arm fucking hurts. Sorry.
I saw the footage. He made a video on Logan Paul in the Suicide Forest in like 3 hours or something, 4 hours. It was quick. Do you remember?
I don't know. I've never watched Kavos. Are we talking about Kavos?
Yeah,
I never watched
I
him.
remember that.
Okay, he done that, yeah, and I think that changed the
He got
climate
a lot
a
of
little
flack
bit.
for it.
Too. I think that changed.
got a
Like,
lot
I
of
used to
flack
love
for it,
Kavos'
didn't
videos. I used to because he was the underdog in the commentary community when he had like 10,000 subs, and he was just like really bizarre.
How quickly did he get into the hundreds of thousands?
It's like overnight.
It was from
It was,
Keemstar.
like, overnight. Yeah, there was a part in the summer holiday. I think 2000.
Man, we all need to suck that Keem dick.
No, we don't.
I'm joking. That's a joke.
No,
But
go
I
ahead,
think what
bitch.
Kavos
Get on your knees.
I will.
I think
No, I won't.
Kavos-
Fuck it. Not even for a joke. Oh, my knees. Hey, do you guys think, because Keemstar but he like approached Turkey Tom, right? Do you think he ever has like a little inkling of thought of like, wow, if I did take that bait or whatever, take that invitation and go help Keemstar and blew up, like, do you ever think he kind of thinks on that? Not so much regrets it, but
What do you mean?
not bait, sorry. You know how Keemstar offered Turkey Tom?
Yeah, to be an anime or something. You say.
I think he wanted him to go after. He wanted him to make a video on Tommy C. I hope I'm remembering this correctly, and I haven't drank too
No,
much.
that's Aiden. That's Aiden.
That was Aiden. I thought he did it to Turkey as well. And then Turkey was the one that went no thanks, and he didn't do it.
Yeah, there was something like that with Turkey.
Yeah.
There was like a thing. He's like, I could have made you big or something like that. He said.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah, and
I think
Turkey
that
went
that's
no,
part-
I have morals, and I'm not going to do that. Aiden was the one that
I think
went
that's
fuck
part-
yeah, all right.
I think that was part of it. If Turkey took the opportunity from Keem to blow up, Turkey would have that over his head. I mean, Keem would have that over Turkey's head for the whole time.
Yeah,
And
it's
no
a
one
tongue
wants that.
twister, isn't it?
Anyone with a brain don't want that.
Sorry, I'm just reading the chat. No, I think, Peter, in all seriousness, I don't think you should quit. If it's what you really want to do, don't quit. Don't quit. But a break.
YouTube.
Yeah, YouTube.
I think Peter is one of the most interesting creators because he always takes a very different approach when it comes to content. It's just his visual, his stuff. It's all very different. Is
Peter,
I think that YouTube would really miss Peter if he left, and I don't think he should.
I think
every creator can take a break.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Take a break. If anything,
you actually like making the content, and that's what you care about. It shouldn't matter if you want to survive on their platform. Like, it shouldn't really matter. Like, I know you want people to see it. Everybody does, but it'll happen. It'll come in peaks and troughs. That's what it is now.
The reality is, most of us creators have to accept that we might never make it. We have to accept that. That's the truth.
Yeah.
We might never. So that's what you have to. If you're coming into this and you want to only succeed, or it's all or nothing, then it's probably never a good chance, never a good idea for anyone of that mentality to do content.
I mean,
because
if you look at front page tech, for example, though,
at the same time. Oh, sorry, Ripstar. Sorry, I cut you.
If you look at front page tech, as much as Rollman doesn't like them, they've managed.
I don't have a problem. I'm just making jokes.
They've managed to make an entire career based on a 50,000 subscriber sub base.
Yeah.
Because they've managed to. They've managed to diversify their like monetize their content and put it everywhere. And yeah, I think there's still worth in it. It's just not a big it's not as much as a melting pot of good content anymore as it is a popularity contest, which it hasn't been for ages.
Yeah, I just wanted to add to what Rawman said. You were saying you can't go in there with the mentality that like it's all or nothing. To add to that, I used to gamble a shit ton. And I would tell myself, oh, I'm not really going into this thing with an all or nothing approach. I don't care if I don't win. Of course you do. But even with that...
You had a gambling addiction? No way.
Really? Oh, you're not surprised.
No way. Not you.
No. Yeah, I totally went in there...
I shouldn't make fun of it.
No, you can make fun of it. I don't give a shit.
I'm just joking.
I do give a shit.
I felt bad. I'm not Lewis Spears.
Yeah. Yeah, I went into that going, oh, you know what? It's okay if I lose. I can put this money in and it won't matter. I can put all of this money in and it won't matter. I don't care if I lose. I don't care if I lose. I totally cared. So, like, you know what I mean? Like, you can still go in with that mentality and still lose your fucking mind and go crazy.
Well,
do you know what I mean?
Care if you win or lose gambling.
There she is. I found her.
There's nothing wrong with it.
I found my beagle.
Like Ripstar said, if you got 0 views in your video, it'd be upsetting to know that you spent ages doing it and you got 0 views. But I think that
I'm laughing at Funny Mayhem. You have the broken down face of a gambler. Yeah, it's true. Sorry, Roman Guide.
Well, it's just one of them ones where I think that, like I myself, I've said many times, and I say it probably for the first time live now, that when it comes to the end of this year, I think I'm going to be done with making content, at least at the level I am now. I think that's it. But this is something that's taken a lot of time and thought, just because it's really mentally exhausting and really stressful. And I know not everyone is equipped for this sort of thing. You know what I mean? It's like it's not easy doing content. It's not easy at all. And especially with someone like Peter, who's extremely talented. You know what I'm saying? Like, it takes a lot of effort. Even that ShockMouths video, that's one of my favorite videos that Peter's ever made. That's one of my favorite videos I've seen all year. And it is fantastic. And I wish that a lot more people would have seen that. And I understand when people spend that much time to make such a good quality content. That
I wish you'd do more.
Not as much seen as
that's what I want to see more from Peter. Is not.
I want to see more like that. Yeah.
More comedy. I want to see more
surreal,
funny
comedy stuff.
Yeah.
More surreal, more comedy stuff, and I think that could do really well.
Yeah.
It's like me. Like, I uploaded, my last upload was in like January, and I haven't uploaded a single thing.
January.
Sorry.
Jesus Christ!
Yeah.
When you say it like that, it sounds way worse.
Yeah.
I thought it was like 2 months or 3 months. No, Pete, get off the call, please. Rip start and finish that now. Finish your next video.
When's your next video, Raw Man?
Not wasted. I want to do a video. I want to do a video essay sort of thing on Breath of the Wild.
Oh yeah.
I think maybe I just got to record it. I just got to record the audio. I've just become so like exhausted.
I'm gonna turn Ripstar into a brand, I think, because I'm sort of on the same kind of in the same mind as Peter, where I just can't like take being part of the whole community thing anymore.
Yeah, it's trash. It's a pile of trash. Let's be real. It is a pile of trash being involved in certain communities. And I think even the ones that are okay, I got a lot of friends who are in the Nintendo community, and a lot of them are saying it is a pile of trash too. And I thought it was just our community. I was like, are you serious?
I loved
the Nintendo community is a pile of garbage too.
I loved that game so much, Breath of the Wild, that as soon as I finished the story, I went and got Skyrim, thinking I'd be way into that, and then I was like, what the fuck? What the fuck is this shit? I'm a cat. I thought that'd be great, but it's not.
I actually don't like open world games at all. I hate them really badly. I actually like being handhelded in games, and I know gamers hate that.
Do you like?
I love it.
Do you like Sonic Mania?
Never played it.
Oh.
I gotta be honest. I'm bored of 2D Sonic games.
Oh well, you're in bad luck because that's what I'm streaming next. Right after this. Any final thoughts, guys? Because we've got a minute before I go do that.
Yeah, no, that's my exit. That's my cue to go. Bye, night, y'all.
Bye.
Have a good one.
Bye, Miss Perfect Beagle.
Bye.
So
I'm just gonna say that I'm gonna try and turn my channel into not like the leftist politics of Vox, but like a Vox style channel. That's where I want to go.
So like,
wait, so leftist version or the opposite of a leftist?
Like Vox tries to shove politics down your throat, basically, is what I'm saying, and I want to be like Vox, but without the politics edge to it.
Okay.
Yeah, just go for comedy. Go for comedy. With that said, next week is the last episode until we go on a 2-week break. So, holy shit, I don't know if it's gonna be 2 or 3 weeks, but check on Twitter, and thank you very much for watching. As always, Ego Raptor, please make more cartoons.
Ha 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 ha!